Hey guys, Ken Kaplan here. How you doing? You might have seen this come off the truck last week. This is Dale Pfeiffer's ZRX1100. He called me, told me it was coming up for sale, and we had to have it. This is a classic Eddie Lawson replica paint scheme. This bike is very, very rare at this point. Most of them got destroyed. It's a 2000-year model. It's 100% bone stock except for the D&D exhaust from Fort Worth, Texas. American-made exhaust. Just a stunning machine. It also has a zero-gravity smoked windscreen. Ready to go. So I'm going to take it for a little ride with the helmet can on. And Junior just wanted to ride it up and down the driveway. Straight up, I can't get him to come off the bike, to tell you the truth. This is like take 3. And I don't know why, but he just won't give it back to me. So he's threatening to buy it when it comes up for sale. So it's actually a beautiful machine. Definitely an investment quality machine. By that I mean it's 100% original, no damage to it anywhere. It's never been dropped. Dale's a professional motorcycle enthusiast who's owned hundreds of bikes, and he knows who we are and what we're doing. He called me up and said, Kenny, you got to buy this bike. This is an awesome machine. And he knew we were selling it to raise funds for the museum, so we got a great deal on it, and it's going up for auction. Hopefully it'll stay in the United States. These are getting rare. Is there anything like to add about this thing, Kenny? It rips, huh? Yeah. Definitely awesome bike. The seating position is very comfortable. Although it is a sport a sport touring bike, it has barely broken in with 15,000 miles. Very comfortable riding position. Long travel suspension, triple disc brakes. 5.3 gallon gas can on this beast, so you could ride this thing all day long. This is the kind of bike you ride up to Laconia, around the lake, and back. You know, take a 3-hour trip on it, 4-hour trip at high speeds. All day long on the highway, 100 plus miles an hour. Wow. What a machine. 143 mile per hour top speed. This thing will go through the quarter mile in just over 11 seconds. 0 to 60 time 2.9 seconds, which is just like getting shot out of a bottle, basically. But the cool part about it is I had a Hayabusa, and I'm 53, so being bent over with all that weight on my wrists, not very comfortable. And even when I was a kid, I never really liked that riding position. I like the standards like this, where you've got the windscreen, keeping the wind off your chest, and it's super comfortable. The bars are right where you'd want them. The suspension is fantastic, the Kawasaki suspension, and the engine is on point. What a machine. Lots of mid-range, very, very fast, very smooth. Good luck finding a nicer one, you know. They're just, most of these got ridden into the ground. And this was owned by a responsible adult. Again, Dale's a guy who owns multiple motorcycles, and he's an aficionado. All his stuff, every bike we've gotten from him, titles are on point, and they're primo. So yeah, he's got an eye for specials like this, you know, unique bikes that are going to go up in value, investment quality. This, again, the ZRX, this is an Eddie Lawson replica, so the paint scheme harkens back to the AMA championship winning Eddie Lawson replicas, and to a time when the superbikes were dangerously fast. When the superbikes got to a point that the engines were far exceeding what the brake and frame and suspension technology could handle, the AMA actually limited the CC to 750 cc in order to keep from the top riders getting killed. They're insanely fast, and this is the kind of bike, you know, you can take this to the racetrack if you want to. Take it up to Laconia on a track day and rip it around the track. Yet it's mild enough to ride on the street as a daily rider, and it looks badass. So I can't say enough good about it. I know Kenny wrote the ad for it, and he's threatening to buy it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't sell in the first week if he buys it. So he just bought that Yamaha 360, and he's talking about racing for the AMA Vintage National Championship at the Vintage Days in Mid-Ohio. So he's got his priorities set for this year. So I don't know if buying a expensive classic street bike fits in for a 20-year-old kid, but you know, think about it. There's not, you know, it's a cool bike when a 20-year-old likes it, and the bike's 20 years old. So it's a 2000-year model. It's actually 19. It's soon to be 20 years old. I'm gonna pull it back in the shop. It's freezing freaking cold out. Wow. What a machine. Just fantastic. Look at this thing. Listen to the exhaust note on this thing. This thing just... yeah. Listen to that. The D&D exhaust. They don't make these anymore. You can't even find one. Again, 2.9 second 0 to 60, 11 second quarter mile, 143 mile per hour top speed. This thing's an absolute monster, and it's gorgeous. Just beautiful classic lines on this. The gold Kawasaki shocks with the gold chain and the gold logo and the gold pinstripe just plays beautifully off the Kawasaki factory green and blue paint scheme. Even got the blue fork, anodized fork, just adjustable forks. The gauges are perfect. Everything on this bike, it's an absolute dime piece. What a beauty. Even the levers are adjustable on this thing. Like I said, good luck. You know, if you buy this bike, you've got a classic that's gonna, you're not gonna wear this thing out. Oh, hey, I almost forgot to mention, our new purchasing agent, he's a former national championship road racer. He won the RZ 350 class at Daytona. He's won 2 national championships. Bill Blythe, our new purchasing guy, he has the same exact bike. The only difference is his has 50,000 miles on it, and he is a pro level road racer who's ridden at the Isle of Man multiple times. Matter of fact, he got married at the Isle of Man. So there's a guy that really rides his bikes hard. He has the same exact bike, 50,000 miles, bone stock, ridden hard, put away wet. His is like hammered compared to this, and he's never had any problems with it. He rides two up with his wife. He says he rides until he runs out of gas. She's like thrilled when it runs out of gas. She's tired by then, but they ride the hell out of theirs. Even the badges on the tank are gold. There's a lot of gold details. The ZRX11. Look at that color. I don't know if the camera is really picking it up. The metallic metal flake on the paint, the metal flake on the purple blue stripe with the metal flake in the white and the metal flake in the gold. Just, I mean, you can't duplicate this paint. This isn't something an amateur. I mean, if you wanted a paint job like this done on your bike, you'd be looking at a $2,500 to $3,000 paint job straight up, and it would never come out as good as this from the factory. Not in a million years. The seat, the original stock seat, is mint. Everything works beautifully on the bike. The turn signals, all the idiot lights, the high beams, the low beam. This is a no excuses bike. And please do me a favor. Please buy this bike so my son doesn't buy it. And I really don't want him to have this thing. It's a little bit too much bike for a 19-year-old kid. So yeah, it's a beauty though. Check it out. Even the axle adjusters are anodized gold. The discs are anodized gold. The Tokiko calipers are mated to the full floating rotors that have the gold anodizing. Just a stunning machine. Hey guys, I just got back from riding it. If you can clean it and put it in the back in the museum on display, I'd appreciate that. Looks like you're ready to go. Wipe it down. Just give me a couple minutes and I'll wheel it over to the museum for you. But yeah, it's going back in the museum. Again, the D&D exhaust is on point. Beautiful bike. If you have any questions, give us a call. 860-454-7024. You can leave it here at the museum as long as you like. Good luck bidding on her, and God bless America. Has anybody seen Junior?